stress and anxiety in itself are not the problem. The problem is what all we start doing because of them. We forget to sleep, we forget to eat, we forget to drink, and we're just sitting glued to our tables. So that is something which has to be avoided. At this stage, you have to focus on what all things you know and keep revising that. Whatever they don't know, they should also not feel bad about it. They should leave those questions, and the final day is going to be very, very well.
Hello everyone, today we have Jasmine Ma'am with us who will be sharing last minute tips and strategies for the upcoming prelims examination with specific focus on the subject of science and technology. So very warm welcome ma'am.
Thank you.
So with exam approaching, students are overwhelmed at this particular stage and they are in a lot of stress and anxiety regarding examination, right? So what are the strategies which one should cater to in order to tackle the stress and anxiety, particularly in the last few days?
I think the first thing is acceptance that stress and anxiety will be there. You are 10 days away from the prelims exam, and you worked very hard for the whole year. So it is definitely going to be stressful, but it doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing. This is something which keeps you on track. This is something which makes sure, you're not distracted and you are focusing all your attention to the exam. And now is the time to slow down. The best way to handle stress and anxiety is to make sure that you are focusing on things other than just studying. You're focusing on your health aspect. You are eating well. What happens is that stress and anxiety in itself are not the problem. The problem is what all we start doing because of them. We forget to sleep, we forget to eat, we forget to drink, and we're just sitting glued to our tables. So that is something which has to be avoided. Aspirants have to become very conscious about this fact. They have to make sure their bodies are adjusted to the morning schedule. This might seem like a very small suggestion, but it's very essential. A lot of people are used to studying at night, and then in the exam they have to start writing it at 9:30. So that means they have to be all woken up and ready, depending on how much they're traveling, they have to do by 7 at least. So start practicing that. Start focusing on your sleeping schedule. Your diet should be good. Make sure you're not eating from outside, because that gives a possibility that you might fall sick. So do all these things, but the studying part, that has to be eased out. You have to, of course, revise probably till the last minute. That is going to continue, but nothing new at this stage. What creates anxiety is that uncertainty. Oh, this was also there. Am I supposed to study this, or I've not studied it? Realistically, everybody does not know something. That is going to be there. At this stage, you have to focus on what all things you know and keep revising that. Go through the tests which you've given. While revision also, everything has to be focused. Things which you don't know or know a little lesser, revise them. Things which you know also should not be ignored, but nothing new. This is, I think, an absolute fact which aspirants cannot compromise on, that nothing new from now on till the exam. Only revision, but revision in a way in which you are also taking proper breaks, you're sleeping well, you're eating well, you are taking care of yourself and going to the exam with that positive mindset.
Certainly, this is going to be an effective strategy to tackle stress and anxiety. So now moving on to the topic of science and technology. Again, looking at the syllabus of examination, the kind of questions which UPSC has been asking in the last couple of years, there is no defined topics, there is no defined area where again the limit of questions could be certain, right? So what would be the strategy you will tell students for specifically the subject of science and technology and the questions on basic sciences?
So yes, like you said, that there's nothing defined in terms of area, but current affairs give us a very good presentation. So I believe aspirants have already prepared their current affairs. So for their revision now, I think a document like PT 365 gives a very nice idea about what all topics have been in news prominently, because they've compiled everything which has happened in the year. So that will give a clear indication. If I have to mention a few topics, I would say Nobel Prizes. They're always very important themes. Every year, this is something from which some derived question would be there. So physics, chemistry, medicine, 3 Nobel Prizes at least. Then in terms of overall themes, you have a very big government policy of the Bio E3 policy on biotechnology. So that I think is one very prominent area. and along with that, space is always going to be a zone where questions will be asked, so that is there. And we have recently had a lot of developments in the defense sector, so I would encourage aspirants that they know what all defense technologies have been used, particularly at this point of time. The recent initiatives, like if you have an S-400 or a Rafale, so things like that, they should be revising. And if I have to point one more topic from energy, you have nuclear energy, which again, a lot of developments have taken place. You have the fusion reactors. So these topics should not be missed by aspirants.
Now, lastly, how exactly one should believe at this particular stage that yes, it has within me, which is required for the examination. So last minute, your message for students who are writing prelims examination this year.
My message to all aspirants would be that you worked very hard till now. You should have confidence in that. And that last day is also very, very important. Everything which you've done, that is finally going to amount to something now. And that will only work if you're confident. You should know that you don't need to know all questions. You should always keep this in mind. You should always keep this in mind that you don't have to score very high. There's a cutoff you have to pass. And the recent years have told us that's not even going till 50%. So that means everybody will not know a lot of questions. So it's fine if you don't know a lot of things. What you know is sufficient. You just have to get through that threshold. And in that, if you practice questions which you already have, if you are revising that, you will be comfortable. This is no stage of second guessing. Everything that you worked for till now is going to finally amount to something, but that will only work if you are calm. So I hope all our aspirants are very calm, very relaxed. They are confident with the questions which they are going to attempt. And whatever they don't know, they should also not feel bad about it. They should leave those questions, and the final day is going to be very, very well. I wish everybody all the best.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So aspirants, as ma'am has told, work consciously towards few of the areas which people generally ignore. Believe in yourself, and it is going to be 2 hours of your day where again it is not something new, it is something what you have started from day one of your preparation, right? So it is all going to work out on all those on that particular day. So all the very best, and thank you so much.